Good afternoon, everyone. This is North Shore Preparedness, coming to you from the giving shores of Lake Ontario. Today is Sunday, August the 16th, 2020, and we have an overcast and mild day. It's beautiful outside. What we're going to do today is we're talking about cooking from your prepper pantry and garden. Okay, now one of my awesome subscribers, Donna Clashman, I believe, suggested that I make a video on making my tomato sauce. Now this probably isn't what you had in mind, Sheila, but you did inspire me to get off my butt and to make another video for you guys today. And now this particular sauce is going to be for a baked rigatoni. Okay, so I'm going to itemize all the things that I have in here, whether it came from my pantry, the garden, or the store. Okay, well, a lot of my things from the pantry do come from the store, so like I don't produce everything that I use, and neither does any of us. Okay, so first thing I did was I heated my pot, got it nice and hot, and I added in some beautiful extra virgin olive oil. I diced and added in some smoked farmer's sausage to give it the sauce a nice smoky flavor profile. Now if you don't want to use meat in your sauce, that's cool. If you don't, there's a lot of you that don't do pork, that's cool. Some of you know I make my own smoked turkey and such. You could throw a smoked turkey and turkey leg or turkey wing or two in there to get the same flavor profile. So I fried down some of that diced smoked sausage, and then I added my holy trinity, Johnny, you know, onion, celery, and peppers. I didn't have any celery, and I was going to go out for some, and I thought, you know what? Nah, I've got fresh chard out in the garden growing, and the stems on chard are basically the same as celery. So onions, again, harvested yesterday from the garden. The chard stems, again from the garden, and the green bell peppers, again from the garden. So I sweated those down in there, and then I deglazed that with some red wine. Red wine came from the pantry. Okay, I already got some. It's from my pantry. I just reached in there and used that. You can use white wine or not. After those sweated down a little bit, I added in all my tomatoes. All the tomatoes that I've got in here, I added from my garden. I have plum tomatoes, which are fantastic. They're amazing. I'm very, very tickled with the production of those. They're great tomatoes. Got plum tomatoes in there. I threw in all the cherry tomatoes you guys saw me harvest yesterday, and I've also got a couple of ruby reds in there, all from my garden. Okay. What I also have in there is I have the fresh herbs. I've got fresh thyme from my garden. I've got fresh basil from my garden, fresh rosemary from my garden, and fresh parsley from my garden. That's all in there stewing down right now. And this has taken an hour and a half already to stew down and you know, let some of the waters come off, right? You can still see it bubbling pretty good. A lot of water coming off of this. So I'm just evaporating it out so that I can get my consistency right. That's all good and that's all fine. Okay. Now what we want to do, continue to flavor this. Bay leaf. 2 bay leaves. Well, kind of 1.5 I guess this time. Again, from my pantry. Push those down in and we'll just fish those out later. Now, when I added my fresh thyme and and fresh basil, or sorry, fresh rosemary. I just added in the whole stem. I added the whole thing in, and then I just fished those out after they became, you know, less than useful once they imparted their flavor. I will pick off the leaves of thyme when I'm adding it to something, a fresh dish like potato salad or something like that. But in a soup or anything like that, just throw in the whole stem, and you can fish the stem out after. Same with what I'm going to do with these bay leaves, right? It'll impart more flavor. So I fried the sausage, cooked down the Holy Trinity. Thank you, Johnny. Deglazed with red wine. Added my tomatoes. Right now it's time to put in the mushrooms. Like, this has been stewing down for about an hour and a half already, eh? So, fresh mushrooms in. Store-bought? Yeah, these are store-bought. These came from the store. Get these in, push them down into your sauce. Keep your heat, you know, up to medium, or maybe a little bit higher than that, so your temperature doesn't come down on you, so your dish can continue to cook. All right. Yeah. So this is going to be for a sauce for a baked rigatoni. Now, if you want to add ground meat or whatever else, you know, whatever you like, you can add to this sauce. Okay. But thank you for the inspiration, Donna, to get me off my butt today to do a sauce. Now, this is probably not what you were thinking. You were probably talking about making my own tomato sauce. I don't have enough tomatoes coming in yet to do that just yet, but you did actually inspire me to do this video. So thank you for that. Yeah, bang that temperature up a little bit. Bring it back up to heat. Some mushrooms down in there. We got our bay leaves in. We got our mushrooms in. A little more seasoning. Granulated garlic from the pantry. I do have some fresh garlic in there as well. I forgot to mention. That's from the store. It's a bottle of diced garlic. I don't happen to have any garlic here growing, so I couldn't use that. We'll continue to season this up. Pink Himalayan sea salt. This is a non-iodized variety. This is just for seasoning. So we'll add some of that. And what we won't add too much, but we do want some for seasoning. I'll check the flavor once my sauce is done, and I will adjust it for seasoning at the end. Now, this is fresh cracked pepper, again, from my pantry. Garden or pantry, garden or pantry. Some stuff will be bought, you know. However, you can do this just from your pantry. Or garden. And or garden, yeah. Augment your things. Use up your pantry. Buy it, use it, rotate it. Okay? There's another, oh, no, that's a bay leaf that can stay in there. I thought that was a thyme sprig. Okay, we got those things in there. That's fantastic. It's coming back up to temperature, so what I'm going to do, one at a time, I'll be using these bottles of stewed tomatoes, okay? This is all out of my pantry. I didn't have to go out and get any of this. Add that in. Put a little bit of water in your jar. Shake it down. Throw it in there so you get everything out of your jar, okay? I'll give that a stir and see what it looks like here. Oh yeah, that's good. We bang the temperature up just a little bit, just to increase the you know, try and keep the heat consistent so that it continues cooking. All right, now what I am also going to do right now, just to balance a little bit of the acidity from the tomatoes, is I am going to add 1 pinch of sugar. Sorry, 2 small pinches of sugar, just to balance the acidity out of the tomatoes and the tomato sauce, okay? That's what we got going on now. Now, if you like celery salt, you can throw that in too, or you know, if you want to bolster your the flavor of your sauce as well, you can add some beef bouillon or chicken bouillon. You don't need to, but if you want to, you can. Right? You can eliminate the meat from this completely. All right. All right, that's coming up to temperature nicely. But I think I want to add 1 more jar. 1 more jar of store-bought pasta sauce. Yes, I will be making my own, of tomato sauce. Yes, I will be making my own, and when I do, I'll take you guys through how I do it, and I will definitely share that with you guys. I wouldn't be making this video today if it wasn't for my awesome viewers, like Donna Clashman. You know, you gave me some initiative to get up off my butt and do something. I was kind of going to take the day off and relax a little bit, and I thought, well, I have to cook anyways, so I thought I'd spend some time just sharing with you guys how I do this. All right, now, okay, so got the temperature up pretty high here, like sort of 3/4, closer to a high heat, not maximum, but you know, between middle and high, medium high heat we've got. So this will come up to a bubble, and we're gonna want to let this bubble over for a good little while. Once it comes up to temperature, we're gonna want to shut our heat down to sort of not minimum, but and not medium either. Just sort of like 3 out of 10 or 4 out of 10. So it just continues to tick over, to bubble a little bit. You want a gentle bubble happening here. And you got to stir this all the time too, because tomatoes are full of sugar, and they will burn on the bottom if you leave it unattended. So just be careful about that. Be careful and mindful about it. Because, you know, you don't want to scald your sauce. If you scald your sauce and you stir the bottom, you wreck everything. If you scald the bottom of your sauce and you notice that you did that, you can dump the pot out into another pot if you don't disturb the bottom, and you can save your sauce. I know, trust me, I've done it, okay? So, just heads up, everyone. Now, once this ticks over for about an hour, what I will do to finish this sauce off is I will add some fresh grated Parmigiano Reggiano to it. I will adjust it for seasonings, salt and pepper, and I'll also add, I'll stir in some ricotta to make my sauce for my my baked rigatoni, and at the end of it, closer toward the end, I will stir in these fresh charred leaves, as well as some more fresh basil leaves that I will chiffonade, or cut up into tiny thin strips. Okay? So that's how we're going to do that. Now, I was going to add my yellow beans in that I harvested yesterday, but I love yellow beans so much, I'm just going to cook those by themselves. All right. So this is what I've got for you. Thank you for putting a fire under my butt, Donna Clashman. This is going to be the first video in a series of cooking from your prepper pantry, and I intend to do an entire series on that. Okay, so this is video number 1, and this is pasta sauce for baked rigatoni. Okay, so that's what I've got for you guys today. I hope everyone's well and safe, having a fantastic Sunday, and staying well. All right, this is going to be North. Out for now.